Cross-country season begins on Saturday. Alamogordo competes along with the other area cross-country teams up at the Fort Stanton meet in Capitan. Cloudcroft and Mescalero Apache will be there as well. And Coach Justin Gigler, you're closing in on like 10 years now at the front of this, right?
Yeah, this is 12.
This is 12. Okay, so we're after
12.
10.
Year 12.
Okay. So year 12 as a head of cross-country. And first of all, how you doing? Good?
Doing good. Yeah. Enjoying the weather outside.
Yeah, very nice on this Wednesday that we're recording. It's nice and cool and rainy outside. And these guys got out of practice today, so that's obviously a little bit of a positive as well. Didn't have to run in the rain. You want to introduce the 4 seniors you brought with you?
Yeah, I have Kylin Starkovich, Omar Enriquez. I've got Jack Hallbeck, and Amaya Crowder.
He gave you the knowing nod and like, yes, get it right, Coach.
My apologies.
Well, Coach, you guys are coming off another successful year. District title on the girls' side, second place on the boys' district title. Okay, that's right. You guys won the district title last year.
Yes, sir.
You guys were going to throw something at me from across the table. That's right.
We earned that one.
Yeah. I know that was a big deal because I don't know how many times I've had Omar in here and he talked about wanting to beat the Oregon Mountain boys. So,
oh yeah,
yeah. That's always been a big. You and Angel were very much on that.
Yeah,
so.
Me too.
Yeah. So another successful year. Both teams go to state. So obviously trying to keep the momentum going this year. What's the summer been like so far in terms of kids coming out and running?
The summer's been good. We've had a limited turnout. Definitely. I think we saw 15, 16 kids, but never more than 10 at a time. It's kind of had some kids rotating with summer responsibilities and whatnot. But, the kids we do have are pretty good at what they're doing. They're running their miles and doing what they're supposed to do. And we picked up a handful of kids when we returned back to school as well. They're a little bit more out of shape, but we'll get them ready for district. So we got some time.
I was going to say, that's the nice thing about cross country. Obviously, you got 9 meets before.
Yeah, absolutely. The best thing, we don't have to worry about winning games as we go or anything like that. We just have to be prepared for one meet at the end of the season to get us to state. So
something cool this year I want to mention is you guys got the home meet back again, but it's going to be in October this year, right?
Yeah. So basically what happened last year is I had it at my usual time, but other school districts, for whatever reason, went to different meets. So it was going to be us and 2 other schools. At that point, I was like, that's really not the best opportunity for everybody involved. So we decided to cancel it. And so I just looked at the calendar and said, when would be a good week to do this? And it's like, down in the South, there's really not a meet that's that last week of the season. So I threw it there on a Friday and have had about 16 schools already confirmed. So obviously they like that idea as well.
And you're not going to lose your course now as well.
That's true. True. Yeah. Definitely with the new middle school not being built out there at the hang glider park, we definitely have the opportunity to keep it out there.
Yeah.
It's just for us, towards the end of the season, we'll have to see how chewed up that desert is, but we'll definitely make good use of the hang glider park for sure.
All right, very good. Well, we'll start here with Kylin, one of the seniors this year with this group. And first of all, how was your summer? Did you get to do anything fun outside of sports? Or
yeah, I worked. I also went to a Texas Tech running camp, so that was pretty fun. It was hard though.
What did you do at the Texas Tech running camp? What does that all involve?
Well, I ran.
Yeah, I figured that. What do they do out there?
We had to run twice a day, and in between those runs, we had lectures about stretching and maintaining health, and of course eating, and that you have to eat to maintain fuel, and of course mentality of it all.
So things that to help you build towards this year. Was it just for cross country, and track and field, or
all together?
Yeah. Okay, very good. So you had that going on with your training, and obviously did some training with the team this year as well. How do you feel in terms of endurance and everything going into the season? Where are you feeling at?
Well, I felt pretty good until I hurt my ankle.
Yeah, she came in and it was yesterday, literally, as Coach said, the very last step of the day, she twisted her ankle. So we're crossing our fingers for the best, right?
Yeah.
Yes. How's it feeling right now? Is it okay?
Honestly, I'm on a lot of painkillers.
Okay. So this could be a fun interview. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll have some more fun things to talk about with Kylin here as we go along. Omar back for his senior year. How many years on varsity for you for cross country?
This will be 5th. 5th?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Kylin, are you 5-year on cross country as well?
Not here. I'm 4 here.
4 here? Okay, very good. So, first of all, do anything fun this summer? Did you get to do anything outside of just running?
Yeah, I worked most of the time. I was lifeguarding here at our pool, the rec center. And then I went and visited the Grand Canyon and also toured the college that I'm planning on going to. I'll also be running there once I graduate from high school. Besides that, just working a lot. Tried to get to practice as many times as I could, but it was kind of hard with the schedule.
Yeah. Okay. How are you feeling? What kind of was it? Just going and running with the team this summer, where it was your conditioning this year?
Yeah, I was just running with the team, and then if I missed practice, I would get it in usually after I had work.
Yeah. How are you feeling? It's your senior year. Are you feeling in really good shape going into the season?
Yeah, I feel in pretty decent shape. I think I might have been a little more conditioned last year, but either way, I'm still going to give it my all. And we like Coach said, we have a lot of time before district.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack, heading into your senior year as well. First of all, how was your summer? Did you get to do anything in particular? Or?
I was working at the pool with Omar, and didn't do too many interesting things. If I wasn't working, I was running, and I got to lead the newbies on the team this year, which I thought was fun during our summer training.
Okay, very good. How was the summer training? Do you feel like, you talk about the newbies, did they come in and do the work they needed to go into the season?
They sure tried.
Okay.
They're doing their best out there. That's all I can say. It's fun getting to teach them little tricks and tips on how to get better.
Okay. How are you feeling going into the senior year in terms of your conditioning?
I feel the fastest that I've ever felt. I think that I'm going to do pretty decent this season. I have a whole new mindset that I'm trying to run as fast as I can this year.
Okay, so it's part of the mental game you're focusing on, maybe more than anything else. Yeah,
okay. Totally.
Things that maybe people don't think about a lot. You just think, hey, you just got to go run. There's a lot more to it than just that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move over here to Amaya. And Amaya, how about you? Anything fun this summer?
No, it was pretty uneventful, to be honest. I went to Texas for about a month, but it was just to visit family and stuff, but I didn't go to cross-country camp or anything. It was pretty uneventful.
Well, that's okay, but I'm sure, did you have fun with your family at least?
I did.
Okay, that's what we like to hear. How about conditioning with the team? Were you able to work out with them throughout the summer?
I was. The workouts were okay. They were pretty light in the beginning. It wasn't anything too rigorous.
Just kind of build you up towards the start of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. How about, how are you feeling in terms of going into the season with your conditioning?
I'm not really worried about conditioning per se, but I think I'm just worried about my mentality because, I'm a senior now and, underclassmen are going to look up to me for advice and I guess mentorship kind of. And I'm not really a leader, so I'm just a little worried about that.
All right. I bet you'll get into that role. I would bet. So we'll look forward to seeing that. Coach, so you got these 4 seniors here. Who's going to fill out the rest of your teams this year? We'll start on the girls' side, which, obviously you lose a key cog in Ellery Battle and a few other key players from last year. But once again, you've got some soccer players that are going to do a little double duty for you, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Filling Ellery's shoes is something, no one individual on our team can do. But I think collectively, I think we'll be better team-wise than last year. I really feel that way. With Amaya and Kylin, kind of leading the charge, and Adelinda DeBoff. Did I get it right? DeBoof. Sorry. With Adeline DeBoof. And she's come out from track, and for a lot of these kids, they're kind of coming off injuries from track. So, Jack kind of talked about the light summer practice, or somebody. There was Omar. I can't remember. It was Jack, right? Jack was talking about how kind of the summer was lighter, and it was because we are definitely younger. Just got some new kids, some new faces. So this is going to be one of my. I think it's always fun to coach teams that are young. To kind of grow up to be the Omars, the Jacks, the Kylins, and the Amayas of the team, from where they started off. So definitely with that. But yeah, definitely we're going to have Tony Wilder and Sarah Simons will be back out. And I will say they're in better shape at this point than they were last year. So I think that's important for us. And we've definitely got some other girls that are going to step up and fill some of the shoes. Alice Carr has been around the program now for 5-6 years, so she's going to have to step up and do better. Sonia Davis ran a really, really nice time trial yesterday. And some kids like Alana Rankin, who've been around the program for a few years, but I think we're actually seeing some really, really good effort out of her. She's really focused on getting better. So, I mean, that kind of sums up kind of as a whole, I think, the girls that we have this year. But like I said, I think collectively we're going to be okay. But losing, like you said, Ellery and Natalie Rodriguez, which were our top 2 district finishers, if you kind of look at the times at district, the distance between the second place finisher and like the 14th place finisher was only 40 seconds. You know, it was a lot of kids that could be in there. So, I mean, it's just focusing on getting better, you know, as a team to get to that next level. I think we'll still have 4 girls in the top 10 at district, if not 5. And I think if we can do that, we'll definitely contend for another district title. We'd like to get the 5-peat. You know, we got to keep that going. No pressure, ladies. But, you know, that's 5 in a row for us if we win this year. So, but definitely it's going to take a good collective effort. But I believe we have the bodies on the team to do so.
And I know on the boys' side, obviously you have Jack and Omar, but you guys lost a fair amount from last year, kind of filling out the 5, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. From our district team, you know, just the 9 of us or 10 of us that were there, you know, Jack and Omar right now are the only 2 that are coming back to the team. Had a lot of kids graduate, had some kids move out military-wise. Had a kid graduate early. So collectively, yeah, it's definitely been different for us. But, you know, we did a 1.5-mile time trial yesterday, and I really like where some of the kids stepped up. You know, there's some kids on the team that are on the boys' side that are going to make us contenders again. Matthew Snyder's new to running, but he's running really well. I think he's really kept with Omar and Jack. He's pushed himself. You know, a lot of kids come into running new and are just afraid to kind of get out of their comfort zone, and he's not afraid to push. So I think that's gonna help us a lot. Who else ran well yesterday? Alex Villanueva. You know, Villanueva. There we go. Yeah, he's running really well. I think he's got great stamina. It's not quite to 3 miles yet, but when we ran that 1.5-mile time trial, he was only a minute behind Omar, which was a huge jump for him. So I like to see that. Austin Stoficher and Adrian DeCoste, Jackson Spencer is back after a year off due to injury. So these are the kind of kids that are going to help step in. You know, I'm going to give a shout out here to Aaron Borrego too. He's been running really, really well. You know, he's going to be definitely, hopefully, on that bottom end of varsity. And Reese Black is another one. He's been out the least, and but I think he's got some of the highest ceiling of some of the new kids.
So if he can make the improvement throughout the season, he could really help you guys.
Oh, I think so. I think so. For him, you know, it's just it's learning. It's a different mindset from the other sports he plays. You know, and he's catching on.
Oh.
He's catching on. And again, like you said, thankfully the season is long and we like to contend for a district title, but ultimately, you know, qualifying for state is also a goal, and I feel we're in good shape to do that on the boys' side as well.
And you also, because of the soccer schedule this year, there's not as much sharing. On the Saturdays, there's not Saturday games, so you don't have as much of that going on.
Definitely when district play opens up too, a lot of Tuesday, Thursdays. So for Tony and Sierra, they're going to be able to run 6 of our 8 regular season meets. You know, that's a lot of experience. I think the trick with them, I think not so much the meets, is trying to sneak in the runs between games. You know, I know like they'll play a game and they'll be tired, and you know, just convincing them that go get that 30-minute run, that recovery run. It's going to help you get your base mileage. So it's keeping them motivated between games, I think, is going to be the challenge. Because I know last year, what hurt them was kind of the lack of aerobic conditioning. They didn't really run as a team like they had done under Coach Barbosa. So that was a transition to Coach Wilder that we didn't figure out till it was kind of later in the season. So I know when they started the season, they were running like our number 2 or 3 girl, but by the end of the season, they had dropped back a little bit. And so, yeah, just trying to find that balance for them to make sure that they'll be successful in both sports.
Okay. Kylin, you have a time that you're wanting to hit by the end of the season for your senior year?
Yeah, but I can't think of it right now.
Oh, you can't think of it right now? Okay. You try to get around. Coach, what are you looking for her to hit at some point this year?
Definitely for her, I would like to see her, you know, break into the 21s, high 20s consistently.
Okay.
That's something I like to see.
Okay.
And for Maya as well.
All right. Kylin, how about this group this year? I mean, it's obviously a little bit different, and Amaya talked about, you know, stepping up and being one of the senior leaders. Are you kind of getting comfortable with that role yet, or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Do you like, I mean, what do you like about maybe having to bring along some of the younger runners?
The family feel. This team is most definitely a family, and you could tell by, like, us 4. And I want to carry that on into the younger kids. So then they're like, oh yeah, I want to go back.
Yeah, I got you. Omar, how about you? What are you shooting for by the end of the season?
No specific goal, really. I think I'd like to keep it in the low 16s and really try to have a lot of high 15-minute runs. We'll see how it goes.
All right. And are you shooting for like individual goals? I mean, do you know where you're kind of sitting in the district ranks going into the season, or?
Not really. I try not to look too much at it. I end up going crazy.
Okay. So you try to focus. You know what you need to focus on going into the season.
I know which people I need to beat.
Okay.
We'll just say that.
And how about you? I mean, you and Jack, talked about, 2 returners this year, and you guys having to bring the younger guys along. What's been the rapport among the team so far during the summer?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I think for us, we're really used to each other's presence, and we're used to the people that we had last year. So trying to get used to new people and having them understand our type of comedy and just the way we act, because cross-country runners are pretty weird. So having them kind of be like, okay, they're not weird, they're just, that's just how we are. Trying to get them to understand that and, have fun with it. That's been really fun to do.
Okay, very good. Jack, how about you? What time are you shooting for by the end of the season?
I don't really have a particular time in mind, but I think the collective big goal for the season is a top 5 finish at district. That's a goal that Coach Gigler has set for me, and I think I have it in me. I think it's very achievable with where I'm at right now in my running.
Yeah. And what's your perception of this group so far? You've been part of a lot of cross-country teams. What do you like about this team going into the season?
It's like playing off of what Coach Gigler was saying. It's very young, and it's fun to see everyone grow and become, like, to fall in love with running the way I have, because I've been doing this for 5 years now, and I've gotten to see myself grow and change, and to see them do the same thing. It's really interesting.
Okay, very good. Amaya, how about you? You got a number that you're shooting for the end of the year, or?
I mean, I didn't, but I guess I'm shooting for high 20s.
I gave her a target.
All right. You feel like that's something that you can work towards and at least give you something to chase as the season goes on?
I think it's pretty attainable.
Okay, very good. And how about you? I mean, the this year's team, this girls group this year, what's been your perception of the team? What do you like about this group?
How do I put this? It's kind of individual based right now. I mean, I'm friends with Kylin and a few other girls, but it's really, we're not as like tight knit as we usually are. I mean, that's just because there's new people here, and I guess we're just gonna have to like work on becoming like a big family, I guess. I mean, that's so corny, but
I'm sure those, the more bus rides and getting, leaving town at 5 o'clock in the morning, that usually
like
grows you together, right? Yeah. That helps out considerably. Okay, very good. Amaya, we'll see you out in track and field again this year?
Yes.
Do you know what events you're probably going to be running again this year?
Hopefully I get put in the open 400 more and probably the open 800. Maybe some relays. I might start hurdling again. Okay. So we'll see.
All right, very good. I know Coach Atkinson always got maybe different ideas than you're thinking of going into the year, or he's going to try you out in other events and things like that. What's your plans for after school? Have you decided college or something else, or?
So that's a little tricky. So I'm not really sure if I want to run in college. I mean, I wouldn't do cross country. I would do track, but I might have to go to a community college for like a year in Texas, and then I might go to like an HBCU for like, I don't know, a couple years. But I don't really know how like athletics is looking for track right now, or for college right now.
I gotcha.
So, yeah.
But about academics, have you thought about what you want to do there? Or?
Yeah, so I want to become an athletic trainer, so I'd have to get my master's in sports kinesiology. So yeah, that'll be a thing.
Okay. Have you worked with the athletic training group here at high school at all, or?
I haven't. It's just I thought about it during like spring of last year, but Coach Atkinson is like really
focused.
Yeah,
we'll go with focused. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows at this point. All right. Well, cool. We'll look forward to seeing you. Hopefully, we'll see you out there as an AT at some point down the future. That's pretty cool. Jack, how about you? Just track and field. Oh, and you're also going to do swimming this year as well, right?
Yes, I'm on the swim team. It's something that I started doing it last year, and I just really enjoy it. But as for college, struggling to figure out where I want to go, what I want to do. I mean, I know I want to study like environmental science or something like that. Real broad right now, but I'm looking at many different colleges like University of Oregon or Oregon University, the Ducks, in Eugene, or NAU, NMSU even, I don't know. And as for like collegiate running, I don't know. I would love to do it if the opportunity was presented to me, but I don't know if it's in the cards for me.
Okay. What kind of events in swim do you think? What did you do last year?
I really got put in anything coach
and everything.
anything
Okay.
coach wanted me to do. I really took on to it pretty quickly, so she thought she could put me wherever, because I mean, the swim team isn't.
Yeah, I know
it's not the strongest.
Bodies. Yeah. You're trying to get people out there. And I know last year there was a lot of young 8th graders, 9th graders who were trying to learn last year. Of course,
yeah.
Okay. Track and field. What are we going to see out in this year, you hope?
The mile, the 2 mile, the 800 meter. That's what I've been doing for like the past 4 years now. It's what I've learned to enjoy and what I've gotten better at over the years.
Okay. Very good. Omar, you kind of alluded to it earlier that you know where you're going to be going to college at, and you're going to be running in college as well?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll see. I haven't really talked to coach or anything. I've only sent in my application so far. But yeah, I applied to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Prescott, Arizona. I think I mentioned before I want to become an airline pilot, so that'll really help me jumpstart my path onto doing that. And I think especially with the progress that I made my junior year, it kind of made me reassess my ambitions, and I want to continue running during college. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Hopefully maybe get some scholarships from that. And yeah, we'll be running in that hot Arizona heat.
Yeah, that'll be warm. But you get at least a little taste of it here, so you know.
Yeah, it's just more humid over there, I think. The temperature itself, basically the same.
Yeah, I
it's only
gotcha.
Phoenix that's crazy.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? And then track and field, we'll see you in the spring. What's your plans to run there? You had a lot of success in your junior year there.
Right. Yeah. So plans to make top 3 in the 800 state. Hopefully top 1. That would be really nice. We'll see how we do here in cross. I mentioned those 2 that I need to beat.
Yeah.
So it's the same 2 over there in that race and track. But yeah, it'll definitely be 400, 800 mile. That'll mostly be where I'm going to be at. And hopefully we can do something in the 400 too. I'd like to run that at state.
Okay, cool. Kylin, how about you? What's coming up after high school for you?
I want to get a master's in business and marketing around that area, and then minor in photography. And then for running, probably more fun runs and not collegiate.
Gotcha. In terms of what kind of business do you? I mean, are you looking like doing a photography business, or I mean?
Yeah, I want to go into like accounting and then build a base of money and then side hustle, so then I don't really have to worry too much.
Got it planned out. I like that. Very good. How about track and field? Is that what we'll see in this spring? Anything else that you're doing this year? Or?
No, just track.
Okay. What events do you think you'll be running this year?
Probably the 2 mile. I don't want to, but
Somebody has to.
yeah, somebody has to. I really want to do the 4x8. Hopefully get that back, and the mile, not the 2 mile.
Oh. Well, maybe Coach is listening out there, and he'll give you a reprieve on the 3,200 this year. So
He's already penciled you in. Right?
Yeah, probably.
Coach, I mean, the expectations, I know that every year, I mean, you guys are shooting for a district title, boys and girls. I mean, that's at this point what you guys expect from yourselves.
Absolutely. I think as the culture of the program has shifted over the years from, especially on the boys' side, like, hey, let's just qualify for state, because the district was really tough. But every year, kind of the kids have put a little more on their plate, and you kind of saw that last year with the group we had. Just the level of commitment that they had overall was really good, and I see that with Omar and Jack carrying it on, But it's definitely getting the new guys up there to do it. So it's going to be somewhere between third and first, I believe. I think second is very, very attainable at district, and if things go well and kids develop, and Jack and Omar are leading where they're supposed to be, then then it's a shootout and anybody can win. So that's just looking forward to seeing how the year progresses for sure. But I like the leadership I'm seeing amongst the teams. Like we mentioned earlier with the girls, trying to go for the 5-peat. there. The girls have won 9 district titles in 12 years, and the worst we've ever finished is runner-up. So level of expectation during my tenure has been to win that district championship, get that top 5 at state, and we got some trophies out of it. Omar's got a trophy too, during the COVID years. So it's just that level of expectations up there. And I know the group is small this year, but I think there's enough within us to be really, really successful.
All right. We'll look forward to it. Again, opening meet this Saturday up at Capitan at the Fort Stanton meet. Is that at Capitan High School, or is it out at?
It's actually at Fort Stanton.
Okay.
So it's a really interesting meet because it kind of starts right there in the middle of Fort Stanton. You come out and run some trails with some hills, and you end up coming back, finishing it inside kind of the main courtyard there that they have at Fort Stanton. It's a really cool experience, and I was making my schedule this year, having a younger team too. I definitely took into consideration, some smaller meets to get a little more experience. Like we're going to go to Centennial, the second meet, but I think that's the last time we'll probably see our district schools until district. And so it's kind of, have them develop without the pressure of having to bomb out every meet, you don't, it's just it's development, it's progression. So, but yeah, Fort Stanton's a cool place. We've been there, went there last year, and about 5 years ago we went, and it's a cool experience.
All right. And so the district teams won't be at the meet that you guys are hosting, or
right now we don't know.
Okay.
I've asked questions.
Yeah.
And I guess Chris's cross country schedules are under lock and key right now. I don't know.
Okay.
But I've been looking every day to see if they're posted. So, but I have not gotten an official that they'll be there. But the other, they're not. Yeah. So we'll do what we do no matter what. So
they won't be missed.
Oh, come on, Omar. All
Shots
right.
fired.
There you go. All right. Well, we wish you guys the best season.
Coming now.
The best season this year, and good luck this season. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.